Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our inclusion workshop. Today, Claudia and I will be presenting about dyslexia, what it is, how it affects students, and how teachers can better support learners with this disability in an all-inclusive classroom. Our goal is to help you understand dyslexia on a deeper level, see what it looks like in real-life situations, and learn strategies that genuinely help students succeed academically, socially, and emotionally.
What is dyslexia? Dyslexia is a learning disability that causes persistent difficulties with reading and spelling. It varies in severity and is influenced by genetic, brain-based, and environmental factors. Many individuals have trouble with phonological or morphological processing, and early language weaknesses can be early signs. And here's a little video about dyslexia can lead to challenges in comprehension, reduced reading and writing, practice, and broader academic impacts, as well as effects on confidence and future opportunities. Early identification and targeted literacy support are especially helpful. While dyslexia can make reading more difficult, with the right instruction, almost all individuals with dyslexia can learn to read. There is no cure for dyslexia, and individuals with this condition must learn coping strategies. The characteristics are difficulty with oral language, written language challenges, processing speed, memory issues, and literacy problems.
To start off, we want to highlight the main laws that protect students with dyslexia. These laws make sure that support isn't optional, it's a legal right. First is IDEA. The Individuals with Disability Education Act. Dyslexia falls under the category of Specific Learning Disability, or SLD. That means students who qualify can receive an IEP with specifically designed instruction. Next is Section 504 on the Rehabilitation Act. If a student doesn't qualify for an IEP, they can still receive accommodations through a 504 plan. This might include audiobooks, access to notes, extra time on tests, or reducing reading loads. And finally, the ADA, the Americans with Disability Act. This protects students with dyslexia from discrimination in school settings, testing environments, and community programs. All three of these laws work together to make sure students have equal access to learning. Students with dyslexia don't just have academic needs, they also have physical, social, and emotional needs that should be supported daily. Physical needs are the things that help them access reading and writing. They often need extra time to process words, quiet spaces to focus, assistive technology like audiobooks or text-to-speech, clean, clear visuals with large fonts or spaced out text, hands-on multisensory learning like tracing letters, color coding, or using letter tiles, and frequent breaks to lower eye strain or frustration. Social needs are just as important. Students with dyslexia need supportive classmates who do not make fun of slow reading, group roles that don't rely heavily on reading, teachers who give directions out loud, step by step, a classroom culture where mistakes are normal, not embarrassing, and peer helpers for reading or note-taking. And finally, emotional needs. Many dyslexic students feel not smart, even though that is completely untrue. They need encouragement and reassurance, opportunities to show strengths, patient teachers and parents, a safe space to ask questions, less pressure to read out loud, predictable routines so they can feel calm and confident. Meeting all three of these needs, physical, social, and emotional, is what dyslexia students need to truly thrive. First is multisensory teaching, and that meets physical needs. This means letting students see, hear, say, and touch the words. Examples include using colored letters, tracing words with fingers, sounding out words with tiles, breaking reading into smaller chunks. We can also give students access to audiobooks or text-to-speech so that they can keep up with grade level content without struggling through every word. Next is a supportive classroom environment which meets social needs. This includes not forcing students to read out loud unless they want to, allowing group roles so they don't rely heavily on reading, teaching classmates to be understanding and kind, and creating an atmosphere where mistakes are normal. The social environment can completely change how safe a student feels in a classroom. And finally, building confidence through positive feedback, which meets emotional needs. Students with dyslexia are often anxious about reading or school in general, so we can praise effort, not speed, say you worked hard instead of you read fast. Let students show learning in different ways like drawing, talking, or creating, using calming routines and clear expectations to reduce stress. When students feel supported emotionally, they're more willing to take academic risks.
3 ways to promote inclusion. Number 1, adjust assignments by breaking tasks into smaller parts or offering different ways to show learning. Number 2, use assistive technologies such as text-to-speech or speech-to-text. And number 3, create a supportive classroom that values different learning styles and builds student confidence. Community resources. Number 1 is Learning Alley. Learning Alley provides dyslexia books, help, and resources. There are leading experts and reading specialists on IEPs, 504 plans, and specific learning disabilities, and much more. Second one is Dyslexia Road. This resource connects families and specialists for effective early intervention. It helps students succeed in school and beyond. This resource is based in Arizona. And lastly, Home National Center on Improving Literacy. The National Center on Improving Literacy is a free resource that provides resources such as targeted technical assistance, evidence-based practices, dyslexia support, and family and educator resources. 3 strategy resources. Number 1, dyslexia in the classroom, what every teacher needs to know, International Dyslexia Association. This resource is a great tool for teachers. It informs educators of what to know about dyslexia. It allows you to download a booklet with a whole bunch of important information. Second, strategies for teachers, Dyslexia Help. It provides free strategies for teachers to use in their classroom. And lastly, 4 strategies for inclusive education. This resource provides teachers with different resource community names that they can look into. If you have the time, please look into them. They're great resources with a lot of information. Here are 2 videos that I found very interesting and helpful, gives you a little bit more understanding about dyslexia. The first one talks about with the right tools, it can change how a student learns. And the second one, there is a elementary teacher who is providing inclusion for dyslexic students, and it shows the teacher working with the dyslexic students and how she includes inclusion. These are 2 great videos that I definitely recommend you guys should watch.
So, to wrap it up, we want to ask a few questions to help you reflect on what we shared today. One question is, why do you think dyslexia is often misunderstood in schools? Which strategies do you think are the most helpful and why? How can teachers make dyslexic students feel confident and included? So, when we post this to Yeldig, choose one of these questions and give it a short reflection on what you think.
And the references pages, the reference slide, I'm sorry. This is where we put the citations so you guys can look up the information and know where we researched it on. That is all. Thank you.